recording? Hey, good morning, everyone. Okay. We'll go back. Yes. He said that it was a eye-opening experience because Dino's was our executive chef and now he's our director of food and beverage, so he's out with members more often, but he's not used to just speaking to members, so it was different for him. But he said he enjoyed it and he's loving interacting with everyone and getting to be out from the kitchen and just getting to know people on a different level, which is great. So while Dino was here, Jason and I were in Olympia. We took a group of around 30 members, 25, 30 members to Olympia with us. We started the day at the Olympic Flight Museum, which was pretty cool. They had a whole bunch of retired Army planes, military planes. It was pretty cool. There was a couple that you could climb in and turn the, I don't speak plane even though I'm a Boeing kid, and now I'm a Boeing wife, and I really, the doohickey thingies that move the propeller thing, and the whatchamacallits and the whoozy whatsits and the thingy-majiggies. Yes. Exactly. Whew. But that was really fun. And then the flight museum ended up not taking quite as long as we had anticipated. So we did a spontaneous trip to the Olympia Farmers Market, which if you have not been, I highly suggest checking out. It's phenomenal. I came home with peaches and nectarines and apricots, which was great. They had lots of local craft vendors, some beautiful wooden bowls, lots of great produce. And then we had lunch. Jason and I went to a place called Bud's Bay, right on the marina, right there. Had a great salad and a biscuit because carbs. You know me by now. I have to have something. But that was delicious. It was a beautiful day. And then we ended our day at the Capitol, which I had not done this tour since I was probably in middle school. And it is very informative. We were led by a fantastic docent who just knew all of the answers. And we got to go into the legislative area, as well as some areas that aren't normally open to the public unless you're on a tour, which I might actually just pull up my album here because the pictures were really cool and I think you need to see them. So on a bigger scale. So look at this. Isn't that just beautiful? Like, that's inside the Capitol. That's phenomenal to me. And what we learned there is some of the materials that were used to build the Capitol came from Wilkinson, which is our backyard, basically. So that was really cool to hear. A lot of the people on the tour had never heard of that area, and I was like, I know where that is. I know that. So that was really cool. And then the light fixtures were made by Tiffany, which was beautiful. This giant one hangs in the rotunda. And we learned, because somebody, of course, asked, how do you change a light bulb in this thing? Because it's giant and in the middle of the rotunda, and you can't just put a ladder up there, and there's stairs that lead up on all fours, so you can't take a cherry picker in there. And so what they said is when it was first put in, it was designed so it could lower to the floor. So it would come all the way down and then people could change the light bulbs. They only did that once or twice before they realized it was a little bit more tedious than expected. So then what they did was they had people who would, oh my gosh, what's it called on a boat with the seats when you go up the mast to change on a sailboat? Anyone know what I'm talking about? The little seat? Yeah, so they did that. So they would basically propel from the top of the rotunda where the columns are, and then would sit in those seats and change the light bulbs, which I quickly added to the list of jobs that is not for me. And then they only did that a couple times. And now what they do is they build scaffolding. So the rotunda is closed for quite some time, and they build scaffolding all the way up and then do all of the preventative maintenance on it, change light bulbs that need to be done, and then clean it, which the whole time in my head, I was like, oh, Robert would be like geeking out at this, which is pretty cool. I know. And Jason and I were walking around, we were looking at like these giant like heaters that they had, and we were like, man, Robert should have come with us. Pretty cool. Which, side note, the beautiful light fixtures that we have out in the grand living room, those have to be changed with one of those cherry pickers. So about 3 years ago, Jason and Brendan, who was our facility manager at the time, were up there for a very long time trying to like carefully take the thingies off. And so I was asking him if he was having flashbacks when we were talking about this. But that was really fun. It's beautiful. The Capitol is open to the public. So I highly suggest if you ever have an opportunity to go, it's just how many times can I say beautiful in one sentence? I don't know, but it truly is a beautiful building. And just the craftsmanship of it is very fantastic. But yeah, so these were just some pictures inside Legislative Hall, or the House Gallery, I should say. Oh, see? And then here's moving the thingamajiggies and the who's-it-what's-its. See? Told you they were there. Anyways, I'll go back to the slideshow now. But, so that was really great. And then after the tour, then we all headed home. Some people went wine tasting or to breweries out there. There's a McMinimans out in Olympia, and so some members went to the McMinimans, which was pretty great, according to them. So this week for One Day University, we have World's Fair 1964 to 65, which was previously scheduled but was rescheduled, so now it's finally here. So that one will be exciting. And then on the 2nd, we have Franz Kafka, The Absurdity of Everyday Life. And then on the 5th, Marilyn Monroe, The 60-Year Itch. So that's exciting. Yes?
I apologize for not knowing this, but these are awesome.
Thank you.
Do we have to watch them at that time? Is there any other opportunity?
Great question. So for those at home, the question was, for the One Day University, is there any way to watch them besides the scheduled live time, which is 1 p.m. on the scheduled day? The quick answer is yes and no. So the previously scheduled one, so the Franz Kafka one, will stay loaded on that link until August 5th at 1 p.m. when the Marilyn Monroe one will go live. So the way that One Day University works is they keep a recording of whichever our most recent requested one is, and then anytime you click that link between the August 2nd and August 5th, it will take you to the August 2nd one. And then as soon as 1 p.m. hits, it will flip over to the live presentation of the Marilyn Monroe one.
And we can do the same on August 1 to 2?
Yeah, but you just got to watch it real quick.
I'm sorry.
You just got to watch it real quick, so it's a 24-hour window.
I know, but 1, okay.
Yeah, 1 p.m. is hard.
That's fine.
Yep, so you can have a glass of wine or a nice iced tea, sit on your patio at night and watch it on the 1st, and then, yep, of course. I try when I schedule the One Day Universities, I try not to do them back to back because I know a lot of members work or you have fitness classes or a lot of things going on. But they just have been doing so much great stuff lately that I'm really struggling not doing them back to back. So there are some that are going to be August 1st and then August 2nd and then some August 3rd back to back to back. But I try to keep a couple of days in between. But there's just... Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've started doing themes for each week, which is great. So there was one this week, how music shapes the brain. And then there was one about I can't remember, which is funny, how memory works. You would really think I set myself up for that one, but I didn't, I promise. Clearly I need to watch that one. But yeah, so that's how it works. So great question. And then sometimes I've been able to ask One Day University if there's one that you missed that you really wanted to watch. Sometimes they can send me a link, but it depends on the professor who gave the lecture, if they're okay with it being sent outside of the program. So it's always worth asking because I might be able to access it past. We have our August lifestyle calendar. It's a one-day printout that we do, or I'm sorry, one-sheet printout that we do every month, just as a preview of everything that's coming up for the month for lifestyle. So it's going to have our cooking university, cooking demos, our wine events, our member mixer, car hop, all of those things. The concierge desk always has some printed, so you can take one with you. Or you can open the link on your phone and just screenshot it so you have it there. But it's a good way just to kind of see an overall view of what we're doing at the lodge, because there's a lot going on, and August feels very busy, which is great. But there's a lot on that calendar. So that is posted and available for people. We are into August, which means our new culinary table. Dino's very proud of this name that he came up with, Endless Possibilities. So when you see him, make sure you praise how amazingly creative he is. But for the Endless Possibilities, that will be this coming Tuesday and the second Tuesday of August. And then the last 3 Tuesdays will be prime rib dinner again. So for those of you who have not experienced a culinary table, we set up a buffet in the grand living room with a chef action station. So our chef action station for the first 2 will be a design your own pasta dish. We'll have gluten-free pastas available. At new member orientation, we had somebody who has a shellfish allergy, and shrimp is one of the options for that. So I said, just let the culinary team member know, and we can go and get a perfectly clean saute pan, so there's no cross-contamination. So just a reminder for people that if you have a food allergy or a food intolerance or any dietary restrictions, always communicate with us, because we can almost always make accommodations, but we can't do it if we don't know. So please always reach out to us. Never let a menu stop you from participating in anything, because we can usually make an adjustment for you. That goes for vegan and vegetarian as well. So this will be on Tuesday. Reservations can be made through the concierge team, or there's a link on MTL as well.
And that's the only thing you serve on Tuesday night.
Yes, yes. Good question, Sandy Peace. So the only menu available, on Tuesdays is that culinary table buffet. So the normal mantle menu is not available, but the bar normal beverages are available. And new happier hour menu, because it's August next week somehow. So we have some great new items here. We have a grilled peach and mascarpone appetizer, elote, which is Mexican street corn. Yes.
Would you explain what the peach and...
Yes, because I asked Chef this question too, because I said, is it a bruschetta? What does it look like? So I'm glad you asked. It's like I planted that in the audience. So what it will be is a grilled peach, and then that will be the bed, the vessel for the mascarpone on it. So it'll be like I don't remember if he said it's a half or a whole peach, but a half peach grilled and then the mascarpone on top. So it'll kind of come like that. So it's a gluten-free option. So no bread on this guy. That's what it is.
No, what makes it, I don't know what the second word is.
Oh, it's cheese.
Oh, it's cheese.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a sweet, creamy, kind of cheesy. No, you're fine. So it's kind of like a sweeter, creamy deliciousness thing. Yes. And then that's a good point, because I'll have them take a picture of it, because I want to see what it looks like. I told them they should garnish it with some mint or something to add a fresh pop of color, but that's not my neck of the woods. I just like to insert myself. If you don't know me, I like to give my opinion. Corn elote is Mexican street corn. So that is going to be grilled corn with cotija cheese, and then a crema. And then that's I'm not sure if they're serving it on the corn, on the cob, or off the cob. Traditionally, it's usually served on the cob, and then it's drizzled and garnished with the cotija. But it's delicious. And then we will have ground lamb gyros, our traditional beef slider duo, and then fried grilled chicken wings. So that'll be fun. And then yeah, as I'm saying this out loud, I'm kind of wondering if it's maybe a typo that I maybe put on there, to be quite honest.
It really does.
Because what I'm thinking, because what we've been doing with Happier Hour to alleviate to help with ticket times is we've been grilling on Hudson Patio. So we set up an auxiliary kitchen, and so most of our Happier Hour items are grilled. So that makes me think that it's probably a grilled chicken wing, so like some nice marks. But maybe it's fried first and then like flash fried, and then, you know, y'all are just gonna have to go eat it and then tell me. That's what we're gonna have to do. Yes, this is your homework. I told you I was a teacher, so this is your homework. Somebody needs to get the chicken wings and then report back if they're fried, grilled, or both. But yes, so that will be there. It will be a fun surprise for all of us. We have brunch tomorrow. There's still reservations available for this. It is Dino's name for it was Oui Chef, so it's a Parisian theme. There's a full buffet, but just some highlighted items are croissants, cannoli cream French toast, an omelet action station with culinary team there, so you can get whatever your heart desires, and many more things. Yeah, the culinary team tends to make big honkin' delicious omelets, or you can do like a scramble or whatever sounds good to you at the time. But it's fantastic. They have assorted veggies, cheeses, meats, so you can get whatever sounds good, and you can even go back for 2 or 3, I won't tell. But that's tomorrow, so if you would like to come and join us for brunch, reservations are still available. Let me check on MTL. I think is it 25? Oh, Jeanette's going. There you go. Mm-hmm. So, yes, $25, and then reservations can be made through Open Table or at the concierge. And I can help you make one as well, too. Ron, did you know about this National Day? I'm sure you did. You know about all of them. So this Thursday, we have National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. We will have complimentary chocolate chip cookies in the grand living room from 11 to 12 while supplies last. So this was similar to what we did for National Donut Day in June. We set up which it was really fun. We set up a station in the grand living room, and then we just kept the donut holes coming. We had assorted toppings for them, so it'll be a similar process. It's always funny to me how many people come after their workout classes and then get the yummy things. I know, exactly, or just have one. There's absolutely no judgment here. But so that will be great. That will be set up in the grand living room. And so, yeah, come get a delicious chocolate chip ooey gooey cookie. Why the heck not?
What's funny is how many people come into the room and go, what's this? What are you giving away?
Yeah, I know. It's funny with the donuts. People are like, what are these? I was like, delicious carbs, donut holes. Would you like one? They're great. But yeah, so this will be this Thursday. So come and hang out with us. It'll smell delicious in here, and come eat them so I don't eat them all. Lodge Fest. So this is, we are almost to the end of registration. We were able to add more tickets to this event, so there are additional tickets available. So Lodge Fest is our annual party that we do, welcoming everyone back to the lodge. So it's kind of like our homecoming event that we do. So it will be August 13th, 1 to 4. We've hired some live 60s music. We have a Volkswagen bus photo booth. The culinary team is going to be doing food stations as well as past appetizers. We have some groovy beer that I found. Once again, Hero inserting herself into other people's. But we got the really cool beer, and it has like peace signs on it, and I'm really excited. It's anything that's cute, I like. But it's a hazy IPA, so we'll have that. Janice, who's one of our amazing team members, is working on a signature cocktail for it. And then, as always, we'll have additional beverages available. So we hope to see everyone there. We have some creative ways planned that we can expand registration if it does reach the mark, but that will be taken care of if we sell out. So if you see that it's sold out, please still get on that wait list because that tells us that the demand is there and we're able to accommodate more. So if you want to come, please sign up for it because we're excited about this one. And make sure you wear your tie-dye and your bell bottoms and your love beads and all of the groovy vibes that we have. This is my favorite era of music. I think I was born in the wrong decade. I have a Beatles tattoo, so I'm very excited about this one. I've been planning this one since last year, so I'm real excited. We have National Relaxation Day, August 15th. We will be doing table massages, so they are 30 minutes, $60. Registration is on MTL, and those will be Monday in 4 suits, so please sign up if you'd like to come. And then August is our national programming thing is focus on fitness and commit to fit. So we have some great programming planned. We have our complimentary member mixer on August 18th. Roxanne, Fawn, and Giovanna will be there. They will be doing kind of sneak peeks of their class. So if you've been wanting to experience their classes or are wondering what they're all about, it's a great time to come and see what those are. We'll have a refreshing citrus water station set up just in case it's a little toasty. But it looks like it's going to be cooling off next week, so we'll see. But yeah, so this will be on the 18th. So registration is required just so we know how many people to expect. So it's a great time to come and meet some of our fitness team members. I will be here as well in my workout gear doing all of the classes with you because I know when I hear Fawn's class and I'm in the office, I always wish I was in Fawn's class because it sounds really fun. So this is my opportunity to shake it. So I will be there with bells on. And then we also have a sunset walk and relaxation at Reflection Park that will be happening the end of August with Fawn. And then this one is not posted yet, so we're working on one more detail with the vendor, but we're doing a yoga and mocktail class with Fawn the last Saturday of August. So that one will be getting posted hopefully by the end of today. That'll be a fun one. We're working with a brand called Seedlip, which is an alcohol removed liquor. So we're going to be doing mocktails and yoga. So that'll be a fun one. Nope, it's going to be, I think 2 p.m. Yep, so it's going to be in the afternoon. And we don't have a general manager here today, so we will not be doing our traditional general manager update, but I can put my Jason thinking cap on and try and think like Jason and see maybe things that he would say while I go back to this to see if anyone oh no, Carmen was having issues not seeing. Carmen, I hope you were able to see it, but it's recorded, so we will post it for you. So ongoing projects that we've been working on, the bathroom here in the hallway is still getting worked on. It should be getting finished up soon. They had to demo it. We had a pipe burst that did some water situations. Again, I don't speak planes or plumbing, but that's what's happening in that one. So it's being worked on. We had a vendor out yesterday looking at our HVAC system in Two Tides and the restaurant because it's been a little wonky lately and not functioning as it should. So they were here triaging what's going on and hopefully getting some resolution from that. We've been working really hard on programming, thinking long-term. We started our member forums this past week. So we took feedback from the member survey that we did earlier, was it a month ago already? 2 months ago? And did member forums. So we had our first one on Thursday. We did one for activities and fitness, one for the restaurant, and one for facilities. And so members volunteered to come be a part of that. And we sat with members and heard feedback and frustrations and thoughts and suggestions. And then next week, we'll be meeting back again to do some kind of resolution and action problem solving. And then we will be taking those plans and then presenting them to the membership to kind of discuss resolution and ideas that we had. So I participated in the activities and fitness one, which 2 of our members who are here participated in that one. And it was a great time just hearing feedback, ideas, trying to the number one takeaway for me was communication. So what are other ways that we can communicate with members so that people know what's going on around here? And making sure that people know what we're doing so that they can come and be a part of the lodge. There's lots of fun stuff going on, and we want to make sure that if you want to do it, you can. So communication was our number one thing that we're going to kind of be problem solving and creatively working on. But this is the first time we've done member forums. So it was an interesting experience. It's a good learning experience for us. And then we'll be following those up this coming week. One last thing that I should have put on here that I didn't is through a member, we were able to receive complimentary 3-day passes to Seafair next weekend. So what they are is there's tickets available on MTL because I only have 20, but it's complimentary. There's no charge. They're first come, first get. We're not doing it as a lodge activity, so we will not be joining you on it. It's basically, we have the tickets and you can go and use them as you will. They're good for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's an actual paper ticket that you'll get. So if you want to go on Friday and your neighbor wants to go on Saturday, you can pass the ticket off to them. But if you're interested in that, let me know and I can get you signed up on MTL. And then I will be contacting those who are registered this week so that they can come and pick up their tickets from us so that you have them before Friday. That is all of my spiel. Does anyone have any questions?
How's Danny?
Danny's great. Danny's always good. Danny started solids this week, which is a big deal. It's exciting. He tried green beans for the first time, which I have a really funny video if anyone wants to see it later. He does not like green beans, needless to say. But he's been doing really well. It's a very humbling experience getting to watch someone actively learn something that I take so for granted. Just eating seems so normal, but then to watch this tiny human learning how to do it is a very humbling and pretty cool experience as well. And messy, very messy. He's been getting a lot more baths than he used to, but yes, he is good. Any other questions? Yes.
Hope I can say this clearly. I think there's been a change. One of the concierges said, when we try to sign up for something, it used to be you would go in and click on each name if you wanted to attend or not. Now, like Randy's first, I'm second. I've known one that wanted to go do this. Well, we had to go through him, then me, then go back and cancel him. Is that?
So the question was through MTL registration, there's been some changes. And so when you log in, because at other properties, feedback that it's been getting is that people are frustrated because one partner who doesn't work has been signing the partner up who does work for registration, and then people don't think it's fair, things like that, because it's not actually that person registering themselves. So what the MTL change is that, so if you're logged on Randy's account, he has to select a ticket for himself before it will select a ticket for you. But if you log into your account, it will let you select a ticket for you without Randy having to sign one up for himself. So what it's trying to encourage people to do is to log in through your own My Trilogy Life account when you're registering for something. And then if you're both planning on going, it will let you select both. But what it's trying to prevent happening is you signing somebody else up without yourself going, because then it's taking a spot from somebody. It's just, yeah, but that was the update that happened with MTL. So in order to register, like my husband, Dan, I can't register Dan through my account unless I'm also registering myself now. But as soon as I select the ticket for myself, then it would opt in, or it would populate for then Dan's name to then have that drop-down box to select the ticket.
Okay, so the problem with us is we just have the one account. We have to get two.
You should have two. Let's check that, because you should each have an account. So let's check that afterwards.
And my other question is, when you sign up for something and you want to cancel, you have to go through the concierge.
If it's past the registration close date. So you should be able to unregister on MTL if it's more than 7 days for an event or more than 24 hours for fitness. But if it's within the registration cutoff, that unregister button goes away. And then that's when you would have to call the concierge. Good questions. Ron.
Maybe mention your MTL 101.
Yeah, so MTL 101 in 28 minutes, we will be having MTL 101 here. So if you want it's not going to be a lengthy lecture, but I'm going to be logging on to MTL and walking people through kind of a brief overview. So how to navigate things like that. I've created an account for myself through the member side, so we'll get to walk through it as members, walk over the highlights of MTL, how to register for things, how to create your profile, and all those good things. So that's at 10 o'clock. It's complimentary, so feel free to grab a cup of coffee and stick around if you want to. But that will be happening at 10.
It's not just here for a few people, because I've met people who've been here for years still.
Yep, it's open for anyone. In fact, I know that Sandy's coming. She's been here. And Jeanette. Yep. Lots of people coming. There's always something you can learn. And this is a great example of if I don't know everything, I can always ask. Because I did not make MTL, so I don't have all the answers, but I know how to use it. So it'll be a fun adventure. You think this was fun? Yes, Neil?
This room here.
Yes, we'll be right here. It'll be great fun for all involved. Because I'm teaching it, and I'm just going to keep talking at everyone for hours and hours and hours. It's going to be great. But we have air conditioning, so I'm not going to complain at all. Any other questions? No? Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us. Happy Saturday, and I'll see some of you soon.